Good evening, people. Oh, wait. Can't say anything. Hang on. We can fix that. Okay. Now can you say something? Think so, yeah. आवाज की दुनिया के दोस्तों. See, this way I don't even have to ask if am I audible? You know, people ask, am I audible? You just simply say आवाज की दुनिया के दोस्तों. Janta smiles. You know that they heard you. Done. There's no need of nonsense. Ha, am I audible? Show me 2 thumbs up. Arey, stop it. You know. You remember such people? Show me 2 thumbs up. Arey. Okay. क्या है बाकी का? Low bandwidth. Why videos off? We can do the session like this or we can do the session like this. आवाज की अभी तो बोल सकता हूँ आवाज की दुनिया के दोस्तों क्योंकि सिर्फ आवाज ही आ रही है ना. Okay, so this is what session is this? Chai and why, right? Chai and why? Chai and why का criteria क्या है मालूम है? You have to have a cup. तेजा मैं हूं मार्क यहाँ है वैसा कप होना चाहिए. कप नहीं है तो निकाल देंगे हम लोग मीटिंग से निकाल देंगे ठीक है. कप में कुछ भी डाल पानी डाल चाय डाल कॉफी डाल जो भी डालने के डाल नींबू पानी डाल जो भी दारू भी डाल सकता है जो भी डालने के डाल कप चाहिए लेकिन ठीक है. सो यू कैन नॉट से कि यार मेरे पास कप नहीं है. एनीवे यू आर इन योर होम गो इनसाइड द गो टू किचन गेट अ कप. मैंडेटरी है. गेट अप एंड गो इफ यू डोंट हैव कप. आई विल वेट फॉर यू. देर इज नो रुक रुक अभी दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है बिकॉज वील टेक अ फोटो. फुटवा लेंगे हम लोग ठीक है. उसमें ऐसा कप दिखना मांगता है. क्या तुम लोग यू कैन नॉट स्पीक क्या? नो. Oh, I muted you everything. It's a bad habit I have got. No, I allowed you to unmute yourself. Okay. It is 3 minutes. We'll start at 5 minutes past because there is always some late Latif Chirkut log. You know. Anyway, you're at home, Saleh. You cannot even join on time from home, तो कैसे होगा? How will happen? बाकी क्या? कैसा है? बाकी सब ठीक? बस चल रहा है. बाकी सब ठीक? बस चल रहा है. That means you're not paying attention. I made a reel on that. You go watch on Instagram. अभी सुबह सुबह ऐसा पहली धार का रील है वो. पहली क्या हो गया बाकी
Just yesterday, I watched this reel on Prakriti and Purusha.
है ना.
And that song that you selected, that one line says it all.
फिर
It's so amazing, you know, that one line. And I've heard that song like so many times, but never paid attention to uh, how you related it to the meaning of Sankhya. It was very good.
यही तो. मोस्ट पीपल लिविंग लाइक दिस. बाकी सब ठीक. हाँ बस चल रहा है. You can see how much people are paying attention. Simply ask the question, "Hey, what's up?" They say nothing much. Same old, same old. That means they are not paying attention. End of story. No more discussion. If you ask me what's up, I'll say so many things. How much time do you have? Then you'll regret asking me the question, how what's up? Because मेरे पास तो बहुत कुछ है बोलने के लिए. So many things are up. Just have to pay attention in life. Okay, it's 3 minutes. It's 5 minutes. Okay, now we have to take photo. ठीक है. So put on your best smile and show me the best cup you have. Okay, like this. And you have to smile like this. Ting. कोलगेट का ऐड भी होगा तो कोलगेट का ऐड. कोलगेट नहीं सॉरी. सुदंता. अयो राम पापम. सुदंता नॉट कोलगेट. हाँ. ओके. ओके 1 2 3 चीज. Okay, done. Let's go. कुछ क्वेश्चंस है नहीं है कि सिर्फ चाय पियेंगे हम लोग छोड़ क्वेश्चंस क्या फर्क पड़ता है how many of our questions I answer who cares you're not going to remember in next 10 minutes you'll forget everything what's the point hmm पूछो
So we have questions. The first one, is black tea as harmful as milk tea?
ये क्वेश्चन ही गलत है by God see I'll tell you why this question is galat because it assumes that both are bad they just want to know which is worse the difference is between bad and worse. There is never a confusion between bad and worse or good and better. The confusion is only between good and bad, है ना? So चाय को गाली मत दो तुम लोग, ठीक है? There is nothing wrong with chai. I tell you, chai is simply why did the tradition of drinking chai come up? Do you understand? Because in the old days there was no Google Drive or Dropbox or there was no way to share stuff. There was no way to archive anything. So the only way to share information of, array, how to track a deer to go and, you know, trap it for meat purposes, like this. All this information, how to grow crops so that it can grow even in less rain. All of this stuff, all this information that the knowledge that people had, how do you transmit it to other people? So you gather people around, and when they gather around, you have to do something mundane. So the mundane thing was you boil some liquid, you put some leaves in it, and then you drink that over time and you just talk. So chai was a nimitta for just this discussion to happen, so that the old people or the wise people can say, कि, ऐसा होगा तो ऐसा करो, ऐसा होगा तो वैसा करो. Then that information got transmitted to the younger guys, and then they learned something, and then they transmitted to the young. It was all by word of mouth. So chai is simply a nimitta for hanging out together. That's it. That is why this session is called chai and why. So there is no such thing as which chai is bad. There is no such thing as bad chai. ठीक है.
Thoughts are coming at regular intervals during sadhana and meditation. Always. What should I do?
Regular intervals, really. Yani every 7 milliseconds you have a thought. If it is this regular, you already are enlightened. There is nothing for you more to do. You're already done. If it is regular. If it is randomly coming, incessantly, I think the word want to use is incessantly. If incessant thoughts are coming, you have to look at what food you're eating. Because the food that you eat has increased the rajas in you, which is leading to incessant thoughts. So look at the foods. We talk about this in detail in the Sahat Samadhi refresher because we tell you methods how to diagnose your meditation. So the short answer is for incessant thoughts, you're not you're not tiring your body enough, and your food is keeping the rajas imbalanced. So these two things will lead to incessant thoughts non-stop. So look at these two things.
Physics of Bhastrika Pranayam.
ये तो क्वेश्चन भी नहीं है ये तो सिर्फ some this is a series of 4 words that doesn't even mean anything to me. Physics of Bhastrika Pranayam. Yes, no, maybe. All these are valid answers. It's not even a question, you see. But we will learn Bhastrika later. ठीक है, उसको बाद में रख. Next.
Why should a person close the eyes during Bhastrika? Sometimes participants are opening their eyes.
How do you know participants are opening their eyes? खुद का भी आँख खुला ही है. Otherwise, how will you know other people's eyes are open? है ना? कमाल है भाई God. Why other people's eyes are open? अरे खुद का देख. Other people को छोड़. बंद कर आँख. Why eyes are to be closed? Because the sadhana process is an internalization process. When the eyes are open, the mind is directed outwards. So you have to stop the outward direction of mind. So you close the eyes. So then the direction of mind becomes inward facing. And that is what you do in sadhana practices. You don't drive a car with your eyes closed because at that time the mind has to be outward facing. Come on. But for sadhana practices, the mind has to be inward facing. That is the reason to close the eyes.
Why Ujjayi breath?
Why not? Yeah, ऐसे question में कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है. We already explained it, right? Why Ujjayi breath? We explained in the physics of pranayama. Yes or no? Have you watched the physics of pranayama? No? Then go watch it. If you have watched the physics of pranayama and not understood Ujjayi breath, then watch it again. Very simple. Watch it till you understand. I already explained in physics of pranayama why to use Ujjayi breath. It has to do with slowing down the breath in time. And then what happens to the mind. That is what is explained in the physics of pranayama. Please go watch it.
Why different positions in three-stage pranayam?
यही तो वो VOP में already बोल दिया है. Physics of pranayama I already explained why the hands are in the three position. All of this stuff is already explained in physics of pranayama. Go watch it. It's available on the app or it's available on Udemy, many places. Go watch it.
Why to sit in Vajrasana during pranayam?
That also I explained in the physics of pranayama. Were you not paying attention? Oh, maybe this person missed the session. अभी मेरे को समझ में आ रही है बात. This person missed the session of physics of pranayama. So now they want to ask the question in chai and why. No, you go and watch the physics of pranayama. The Vajrasana is done essentially to keep the back straight. The whole point of Vajrasana is to keep the back straight. And there are many methods to keep the back straight also, which I explain in the physics of pranayama. So go watch that.
Why pregnant women should not do long Sudarshan Kriya?
Hmm. Yeah, so what is happening in Sudarshan Kriya is you're releasing unwanted impressions. है ना? These are called klishta. In Patanjali's terminology, they are called klishta. Klishta vrittis are getting released in the Sudarshan Kriya. Now you don't want your baby to be surrounded by the release of the klishta vrittis. Do you know, right? All the garbage that you're releasing, you don't want your baby to be exposed to all that crap. Literally, it is crap. At the level of the subtle body, it is crap. So that is why you don't do Sudarshan Kriya when you're carrying a baby, because you don't want to expose that baby to all the crap that you are been carrying in your subconscious. So after the delivery, you can do Sahaj, by the way. When you're pregnant or you're carrying, you can do Sahaj. Very good to do Sahaj. But don't do Sudarshan Kriya.
I thought it was only in the third trimester that we don't do long Sudarshan Kriya. Or all through we don't do it.
Okay, so the the first so the trimester thing comes because the trimester thing comes because there is some rudimentary research that shows when the baby starts feeling their environment. How do they know? It's a very it's a little bit of a goofy science, but so in the third trimester, the baby starts feeling this stuff. So then people said, all right, don't do it then. But I'm saying the moment you know you're pregnant, you stop. Not stop. Yeah, actually you stop. You just stop. You do your sahaj, and that's enough. Maybe for the first trimester you can because yeah, but whatever. It's just an approximate thing. But I'm telling you, once you know that you're pregnant, just stop it. Because you don't want the baby to be exposed to all the Krishna vrittis that you're removing, yeah. Come on. You know.
Why Bhastrika should be avoided during periods?
So क्या हो रहा है in periods? What's happening? The energy flow is downward, right? The blood flow is excreting, so the energy flow is downward. So any process that is moving the energy flow upwards is fighting the natural thing that is happening during periods. And Bhastrika is pretty powerful. It's a rising, it's an energy riser. It's like the yogic coffee. It is an energy riser. So you're fighting the natural energy flow during menstruation, right? Which is why you don't make a conflict. You let the body do its thing, and then you do your thing. It's like that.
Why not to do Sudarshan Kriya twice a day?
Will you take a bath 15 times a day? No, right? Same reason. Why do you want to do Sudarshan Kriya twice a day? Because if I tell you, okay, twice is okay, then you say, why not 3 times a day? I tell you, okay, do it 3 times. You say, why not 5 times a day? There's no end of this question. Boss ने बोला ना, Guruji said, do it once a day. You do it once a day. Doctor says, okay, you go to the doctor. Doctor tells you 200 milligrams of aspirin. You say, यार, why not 400 milligrams? वहां पे पूछते नहीं हो, why not 400 milligrams of aspirin? है ना? You don't ask the question there. But here you are asking, why not twice a day? Because here the doctor is Guruji. And he said, do it once a day. Follow the doctor.
What is the reality of breath?
हाँ. Take a breath in. पकड़ के रखो. समझ में आया reality of breath? It's essential. Otherwise, life will just finish. And it does other things also. So, the breath in the physical body affects prana in the subtle body. And that correlation I don't understand, but Guruji understands. Which is why you need a guru to explain to you how to do the pranayama. Because in pranayama, you're only modulating breath, but you're actually affecting prana in the subtle body. So you don't make up your own pranayama because you don't know what the heck you're doing. You need to follow what the guru tells you. That's the reality of breath.
What is the reality of pranayam?
I already explained it. What is the reality of prana? There are 5 kinds of prana. I won't talk about it now. And without prana, the subtle body cannot function. And if the subtle body doesn't function, then the gross body just drops. So that is why prana is called life force. Because if the prana doesn't do its thing, the gross body is nothing. It just drops like finished. Okay.
What is self-realization? Who realizes the self? Is it the mind?
This false identification of the mind as if it is the self is the root cause of misery. If you think your mind is the self or approximates the self, or the intellect is the self or approximates the self, you are seeding misery in your life. It's the root cause of misery, this thing. And the whole Patanjali Yoga Sutras is a systematic approach to realizing this via sadhana practices. Then that detachment happens. When the detachment of the mind and the intellect from what the self is, that detachment starts happening, that is freedom. That is the start of liberation. Till that detachment happens, you are bound. There is no freedom. And the detachment will not happen just by reading the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. You have to take a deep dive into it. You have to understand and you have to implement You have to get it to work in your life. The sutras are working in every aspect of your life even now. You just don't realize it because you haven't taken the deep dive. Once you take the deep dive into Patanjali, you'll realize that those sutras are there every second of every day in your life. They're playing out. And then you put in the hard work. And then you see the slight separation between the mind and intellect and the self. And you realize, oh, wow. Uske baad, there is no stopping you. Then the journey is really, really fast. But till that point of realization of separation, it is hard work. So do the hard work, please. Put the time in, do the hard work. Yeah.
So
Yeah, carpentry work.
we have a few, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
we have some questions for the Bhastrika in the chat box. So if we can't do Bhastrika during periods, how do we do our Kriya?
You skip the Bhastrika. What the heck? You do the three-stage pranayama, you skip the Bhastrika, you do Om and you do Soham Soham. Finished.
What is the significance of different hand positions in Kriya, three stage?
Yeah, you have to watch the physics of pranayama. I already explained it there. The hand positions and all this Ujjayi breath and all this stuff. I explained everything in the physics of pranayama. Put in the hard work. Watch the talk. It's available for you for free now on the Art of Living app. How much more easier do you want me to make it?
What is the physics of pranayam?
कम वक्त तूने पी ही नहीं पूरा रामायण हो गया बोलते हैं राम की सीता कौन What is the physics of pranayama? It's a talk I put together because most people who are doing pranayama are not correct. And in that talk, I explain how the slight corrections to the hand positions and the way the breathing is done, all of this stuff, I archived it in this talk called The Physics of Pranayama. And there I also explain why the silence program, or in India you call it the advanced meditation, AMP, why that is necessary, why the Sahat Samadhi is necessary, why the sky practice is necessary, how all of these things work together. All of this stuff I've explained in the Physics of Pranayama talk. And this talk is available on the Art of Living app in India, what we call the Art of Living app. It's also available on the Journey app, the Art of Living Journey app in the United States. And it's also available on Udemy. If you're not in one of those two countries and you don't have access to the app, you can go to Udemy and watch it on Udemy also. It's the same talk. So go find it. We will send the links to all this stuff. We will send it in the Zoom session that you're not Zoom session, the WhatsApp group that you're part of. Some admin will post a link to there's three ways to access the physics of pranayama talk. We'll post it there.
How do we develop breath in bronchitis?
Hmm? Meaning? Meaning you're
Um,
saying you have bronchitis and you don't know how it's affecting your breathing. What is the question? I don't understand. What's anyway, sure. So if it's a bronchitis issue, you go see a physician. And then once they fix the bronchitis, then the breathing becomes easier.
um, whether sky affects only by increasing O2 levels or other effects.
Other effects. Go watch the physics of pranayama. I'm telling you, everything is there in that talk. All these questions have been answered. How the sky is working on the subconscious, and what is the result of all that stuff, and then all this, the inner workings of the sky have been explained there. in the physics of pranayama. How many have taken the physics of pranayama? Show me this show of hands. How many have? So ask these people. It's all there in the talk, yes or no? Everything is explained in there. Fir.
Sometimes my sadhana doesn't happen for months. No matter how much I plan, I feel guilty. I plan to redo Sudarshan Kriya.
Yeah, do it. You already, there is no question. You made a statement. Don't feel guilty. What is there to feel guilty about? Your sadhana is not happening because you are bound by your vruttis. There is no freedom in your choice. You're just going by what the vruttis are telling you to do. You're a slave to your vruttis. So it's very difficult. So you have to break it actively. You have to recognize, oh, yeah, this delay is happening. And you say no. The only no that is most powerful is the no that you say to your own vruttis. This is the only no that is the most important no in life. You say, no, I'm not going to go with my vrittis, I'm going to do the right thing. And then you sit and do your sadhana. Then you see the change. Once you go through the initial discomfort of the first 2 or 3 or 4 days by saying no to your vritti, then you see what happens. Magic will happen in your life. Give it time to happen. But the first thing you have to do is to say, no, I'm not going to go with my vrittis.
I have done the deep dive of in Patanjali Yoga Sutras recently with Sir. I just want to add this discriminatory no that you just spoke about um, is one of the best learnings that I have taken out of the entire deep dive of this Patanjali Yoga Sutras recently. And practical implementation of this no has really changed a lot of things at the level of my consciousness, is what I wanted to say out of my experience. Yes. It somehow empowers, it gives that feeling of empowerment, uh, and definitely that feeling of freedom that I've never felt before. I felt when I started implementing this no. Thank you for that. So, how to overcome trust issues?
Yeah, this is deep. So why is there no trust? The reason you're asking how to overcome trust issues is because you have difficulty trusting people. Why is that? It's because at some point your trust has been broken. That's the reason. You have to find that break point of the trust. And that impression you're carrying still. It's such a strong impression that you say, yeah, I'm not going to trust anybody now. Because that hurt, you're holding on to that hurt that comes with the trust being broken. You have to purge it out of your system. Unless you purge that thing out of your system by doing sadhana, by doing pranayama, that's the only way to do it. You cannot do it from the mental thing. You cannot say, Chal, I'm going to ignore. It's no such thing. That is right in their subconscious. It's already there. You have to purge it. Once that purging happens, then you see the trust will come back. And then you trust the small things. You trust a small child you can trust. What harm the small child is going to do to you? You trust the small child. Then you trust something else who are, you know that there is no such major harm that's going to come. You trust those people. And this is the practice. This is called abhyasa. You do this practice again, again, again. You trust something, you trust something more, you do something more. Puna, puna, puna. Then this vritti goes into your system and it displaces that distrust ka vritti. And now this is not klishta, it is aklishta. This is a good vritti. Then this good vritti starts growing. But abhyasa needs to be done. Practice again, again, again. From your side, you have to take the steps. This is the only way to do it.
What's the science behind Padma Sadhana?
So Padma Sadhana is a amazing set of asanas that I think it was Guruji who put it together, but I'm not sure of this. Maybe somebody, whoever put it together, I don't know. It is Padma Sadhana means awakening the um, Padma means lotus, lotus, right? So Padma Sadhana means awakening the, how do you say? I don't want to say gut chakra or something. It is not that. Awakening the inner valor. You can think of it as inner valor. I'll explain what it means. When you do Padma Sadhana, these specific set of asanas are put together. What happens in Padma Sadhana? You become like a lotus. You see, the lotus is in complete dirt, but it is pristine. Nothing sticks to the lotus. Have you seen that? It's in kichad. It's in, how do you say kichad in English? It's in whatever, marshy land, right? The lotus is just floating above marshy land. This is what will happen to you when you do Padma Sadhana. You become like a lotus because your inner valor is um, kindled, and then all the crap that the world is throwing around. So the world is like the marshy land. It's going to throw crap at you. Nothing will stick. You become like the lotus. That's why it's called Padma Sadhana. The process, the sadhana process that makes you become like a lotus. So crap doesn't even stick to you. That's the beauty of Padma Sadhana.
I have a question, sir, related to the previous question on trust.
Mhm.
Like, if we start trusting everybody, I just can't understand how like how is it possible to trust everybody,
Don't,
because
I never,
everybody is not trustworthy.
Warning in progress.
but I never said to trust everybody. I said trust one person. Don't trust everybody. Some echo somewhere. Do not trust everybody. Who said? Don't trust everybody. Can you start trusting one person?
One person, I didn't understand. Trust one person means
There's, there's two devices. Nobody is asking you to trust everybody because that hurt is still there. It's impossible to trust everybody. But you can trust one person. Small child. Forget child. Can you trust a dog? The dog is unconditional love. Dog is simply God spelled backwards. Unconditional love is God, is dog. Trust the dog. That inculcation of the trust has to be brought out from yourself. You have to do the hard work. Nobody can do it for you. Or if you think this is very difficult, then live with the distrust. Eventually, that mountain of distrust will become so heavy that you will drop it. Automatically, it will drop. है ना? Okay. फिर
I'm suffering from low self-esteem and underconfidence. How can I get rid of this?
low self-esteem is coming from what? Low self-esteem is coming from comparison. If you're not comparing with anything, how can something be low? Okay, I'll give you an example. This much length, if I draw a line of this much length and I ask you, is this a long line or a short line? What will you say? Long or short with respect to what? If I'm saying, is this long line compared to this line, you'll say yes, it's a long line compared to this line. But if that other line is this much big, is this a long line compared to this line? No. So this comparison is what leads to low self-esteem. You are comparing. If you stop comparing, automatically there is no reference point. So the lowness just goes away. It's simply now developing skill sets. And most of the time you're comparing with somebody above you, which is also a wrong thing to do. But then do the complete opposite. What does Patanjali say? When you're faced with a dilemma that you don't understand, you look at the opposite of it. Then you will start understanding why this has to be done. So now if you're low self-esteem, what is the opposite of it? You look at somebody who you know is less skilled than you. Then what happens? Now you're not low, you're high. Either way, the comparison is wrong, but I'm saying flip it. And when you flip it, you'll realize that this anchor point of your low or high is completely arbitrary. It's on you. You have made that anchor point, which is now making your self-esteem low. There is no need for an anchor point. There is no need to comparison. There is nobody to compare to except yourself with your previous version of yourself. That's it. There is no other second or third person. You don't compare yourself to me. I don't compare myself to Einstein. I look like an idiot in front of him, but I don't care. I am a better version of myself than what I was yesterday. That's all that is mattering. Nothing else is mattering. You understand? The only comparison you do is with yourself only. That is why it is don't be a football of other people's opinion, because who cares about other people's opinion? They have their own opinion, you have your own opinion. It doesn't matter. You understand? Change the reference point.
I do sadhana daily, but instead I'm very emotional. I cannot control my tears. People said me, you're fool, not understand the clever world.
रो मत पुष्पा, यहाँ तुम्हारे आंसू सलाइन वाटर। मेरा मतलब नमकीन पानी के सिवा कुछ नहीं है। इन्हें पोंछ डालो पुष्पा, आई हेट टीयर्स। बोल के गया आदमी, सुन लो उसके बात यार। It doesn't matter. Express your opinion. If your opinion comes out as tears, it comes out as tears. I'll tell you an example. Have you watched Indian Idol season 14? Oh my God, it is the most amazing thing. Why is it so amazing? Because Shreya Ghoshal is there. She is the like देवी है यार वो। क्या आवाज है by God, है ना? But you look at the sincerity with which she appreciates these young people who have sung a song which is fantastic. The sincerity from which he appreciates, you as a viewer are brought to tears. Tears are not frivolous, they are precious because they are coming from deep inside of you. So don't short sell yourself just because यार मेरे आंख में आंसू है. Don't short sell yourself. Don't short sell yourself. I'm telling you. Tears are precious, which means you're very sensitive. If you look at a flower, you look at a rose and you're fully immersed in that rose, you are brought to tears. It is just pure beauty there. The natural emotion that comes up is, yeah, throat will choke and eyes will water. This is natural. This is the only sensitive people can experience this. If you're not moved to tears by, let's say, a brilliant song or a brilliant rose, you've not even lived your life. You're a useless person. But if you are being brought to tears by a sound or a song or a rose, then you're living your life. So don't short sell yourself just because you're sensitive. Stop it. I hate tears.
What is the significance of slowing hand raise exercise done in AMP? How is it related to releasing emotions?
यही तो meditation in motion है ना. It's brilliantly done. It's a brilliant technique. पहले तो you complain that यार meditation is so uncomfortable because I cannot move. Then when he allows you to move, you're complaining on that also. Make up your mind. Look at the complaints that are in your head. All the time you're complaining. Stop it. क्या करें क्या ना करें ये कैसी मुश्किल है ना. ऐसे चल रहा है life. No, so what he's doing in that, I should not say. I'm not a silence course teacher, so I should not say. What do you think? I should tell you or not to tell you? See, this is my question. क्या करें, क्या ना करें, ये कैसे? I know the answer, but should I say because I'm not a silence course teacher, but I know why he's doing it. Anyway, just do it. How does it matter? गुरुजी ने बोला ना कर ले. It has to do with, okay, chal, I'll tell you. It has to do with developing titiksha, the quality, the sixth wealth of titiksha is being developed in the meditation motion. Forbearance. Titiksha means what? Forbearance. Once every 6-8 months, you go through this discomfort process of meditation in motion, and then titiksha will be developed in your system. See, I told you now. किसी को बोलना मत, but I told you. Secret, हाँ? फिर
Why is it said to relax the shoulders during sky? What is the correlation of shoulders and emotions?
who told you? कौन है? मेरे सामने लेके आओ उसको. I'm just joking.
Even I have heard it. It's always, even I say that. Relax your shoulders, relax your forehead.
During sky, कभी है? When?
Yeah, before the home practice Kriya, we say that. No, before Sahaj also we say. Keep your back straight, smile on the face, shoulders relaxed. Yeah, I think even before Sayam they say that.
Yeah, it's a good thing now. You cannot do sadhana in a tense body state. So you relax all the muscles and become non-tense. Because the shoulders and these muscles here, they hold a lot of stress, and when they hold stress, it automatically rises the shoulders. So consciously when you drop the shoulders, you're allowing those muscles that have stored the stress to release it, and then the sadhana can happen. That's the reason. But you see what happened in your mind. You see, this is very interesting. When I said, "Kaun bola, mere samne leke aa," that doesn't mean that what was said was wrong. In your mind, you heard it that what was said was wrong. That is why bring that person in front of me. This is what you heard. The meaning of the words is assigned by us. You see what has happened. What was said was correct. I just wanted to know who said it. So bring them in front of me so I can congratulate them to tell you that they told you the right thing to do. But in your mind, you thought that, oh my God, I was told something wrong. So you started justifying. Look at what's happening in your mind all the time. It's amazing. And then you say, यार मेरे पास freedom नहीं है. कैसे होगा freedom? You're not even listening properly. Okay, फिर
I often have this burning question: what is the purpose of my life since my college days? Not able to get satisfactory answers till now. How to know what is the purpose of my life?
it's irrelevant, yaar. There is no purpose. It's a random fluctuation that resulted in this whole drama. It's a quantum fluctuation that happened many, many years ago in space-time. If you don't want to believe physics, you believe the spirituality people. They say, oh, it's a dream of when Brahma had a dream, the universe happened. Okay, pointless. Abhi, what will you do now? You're not going to live your life or what? Because you don't have a purpose. It's a nonsense question. Patanjali is very clear about it. We did a deep dive and he's very clear. This question is idiotic. When you eventually learn, do the deep dive of Patanjali, you will learn That this very question is very superficial. You think it's a deep question. Oh, I need a purpose in my life. Oh, really? Very superficial question. So keep that question in your pocket. Don't find answers. Oh, question आया वो pocket में रख. Just live your life. Then you see the magic that happens. You go with this question in your hand and looking for purpose in life, you never find it. फिर
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, so for this purpose, um, she has to say that, but it feels as if something is missing, which is not soul satisfactory.
ओके ये पर्सन को मेरे सामने लेके आओ डिफाइन सोल या लेट्स सी सोल satisfaction means define soul define satisfaction all of these things are comparative statements satisfaction compared to what you have a discomfort oh yaar my small pinky finger is paining oh discomfort compared to what you chop your hand off which is more discomfort if I give you a choice pinky finger pain or arm chopped off which will you take you'll take pinky finger pain what is the reference point it's all coming from comparison this whole mess that we are in is because we are comparing there is no comparison hello wake up there is no comparison soul satisfaction क्यों क्या कौन से तो बुक में पढ़ा है soul satisfying nonsense stop reading all this nonsense stuff do your sadhana it is between you and yourself मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर ये बातें करते हैं आदमी बोल के गए हैं यार सुन लो उनकी बात इट्स ओनली बिटवीन यू एंड योरसेल्फ यार all this garbage in your head remove it do the sadhana take the deep dive into Patanjali understand the sutras to the best of your ability and get into sadhana practice only then all this mess will go away otherwise you're going to carry this load with you for the rest of your life
I have immense guilt and regret of my past, and it is giving me health issues. I don't know how I did whatever I did. I'm not that person. How to get over this?
you already answered the question you're not that person you're not that person see you think you have freedom that is why you think I could have made a different choice and that feeling of I could have made a different choice has now fermented over the years into guilt. I'm telling you, you could not have made a different choice. The only choice that you could have made is the choice that you made because you don't have freedom. We are all living in a bound state. I'm telling you again, the only choice that you could have made is the choice that you made. Once this sinks in, there is no room for regret. Oh, I could have taken a left. No, you could not have taken the left, even though it was a left and right. The only choice you could have made is to take the right, and that's what you did. You could not have taken the left. Because if you could have taken the left, you would have taken the left. This choice that you think is an illusion, there is no choice because the vrittis are so strong. Only when the vrittis start becoming loose, then there is a choice. Till then, it is no choice. So recognize this. I did only that what I could have done, nothing else. There is no choice.
When faith shakes, what to do? How to have that level of faith in the divine that Guruji talks about.
Either you have it or you don't have it. You can't do anything to get it. You cannot make a you cannot make a, how do you say? Yeah. It's a principle of indirect action. You have to you have to pay attention. It comes from paying attention. Okay. So what has happened in your life? There have been some actions that you have done, and the result of those actions has been much more than the actions that you did. Or if there are situations where you were completely helpless, but somehow now you have been you have come past that action or that state of helplessness into the present, and you say, wait a minute, I was quite helpless then. That was faith. You already have it. You already have it. You just haven't banked it. Banked it means paid attention. So you retrospectively look at your life. So many times there have been things or instances or circumstances that have helped you and pushed you ahead when you thought ki yaar abhi to khatam hai, everything is done. You've been pushed ahead. That is faith. Already you have it. You don't have to do anything. It's already there. And when all the things that you can hold on to start breaking, the only thing that doesn't let you fall is the net of faith, which you already have. कुछ करने का नहीं है. Already there. Just look at your past life experiences and bank them. All the situations where faith has played a role in your life, bank it. Pay attention. Bank it means what? Pay attention to it. And then that's it. And then you do your sadhana practices, all this stuff, and by principle of indirect action, this thing of faith will, that light will still be on. That's it. There's nothing you can do. Because why there's nothing you can do? Because you already have it in you. और क्या करोगे? It's already inside of you. है ना?
At times, it feels very mechanical while doing sadhana. I'm just doing it for the sake of it and out of habit every day. How do I bring the same love that I used to do it with once upon a time?
Okay, I'll tell you the secret to doing your sadhana. I cannot tell you that do it like the first time you did your sadhana. I cannot say that. But I can say do it like this is the last time you're doing your sadhana. Because you don't know if there is going to be another time. This could be the last sadhana you ever do in life. Many years ago, you went and played with your best friend. And that was the last time you played with your best friend. You did not know that that was the last time. है ना? Universe doesn't have a banner saying ये last time है, make the best of it. No. सोचो तुम्हारे लाइफ में you went and played with your best friend last time, खत्म. You don't even recognize, you don't even know when was the last. It just like this for sadhana. This is the last sadhana. Then you see.
Time is passing by very fast. Life is going by very fast. How do I make the most of Gurudev's presence in my life?
Mhm. Time is going fast doing what? irrelevant nonsense stuff. What is the priorities in your life? There's a beautiful experiment that this professor did. He came into a classroom with a jar of mayonnaise, empty jar. Hmm. And in those empty jar, he put billiard balls. Then he asked the students, "Is this jar full?" They said, "Yeah, it's full." Okay. Then he took some ball bearings and he poured them into the jar, and those ball bearings went and sat in the middle of all those billiard balls. And he says, "Now is the jar full?" Students say, "Yes, now the jar is full." Then he took some sand, finely ground sand, and he poured it in, and that went and sat in all the other spaces. And he says, "Now is the jar full?" Now the students are confused. Wait a minute, what's going on? And then one brave person says, "Yes, now the jar is full." And then the professor took 2 cups of coffee and he poured it into the jar, and the coffee went and sat. He says, "No matter how full your life is, there is always time for a cup of coffee with a friend." And then he said something else. He says, if you reverse the order of this, if you put the sand in the jar first, there is no place for the ball bearings. If you put the ball bearings in the jar first, there is no place for the billiard balls. So the order in which you fill your life is important. What is priority has to go first in your life, and all the other stuff will adjust itself. What we are doing is we are filling our life with the sand and the ball bearings, and there is no more place for the billiard balls now. And then you say, "Oh, how can I fill the billiard balls?" Change the order in which you fill your life. That's the only way to fit everything in.
Life is full of struggle and conflicts. How to come out of it?
Who said? मेरे सामने लेके आओ उसको. No, what do you perceive as struggle and conflict? What do you perceive as struggle and conflict? You go for a 1 mile walk. ठीक है? You go for a 1 mile walk, no problem. That's fun, right? That's a fun activity, going for a 1 mile walk. Now, next day you get into your car to go to office and the car won't start. And the office is how far from your house? 1 mile. That 1 mile walk is a struggle. It's the same 1 mile. So, what is struggle and conflict and what is not? It is how you perceive it. It's your perception that changes the same 1 mile walk from pleasure to pain. Is the same thing. It's how you perceive it. There's no such thing as absolute pain. There's no such thing. It's how you perceive it. Okay, now we should do Bhastrika. हाँ? I can see people's face ऐसा मुरझाए फूल जैसे हाँ? अभी थोड़ा एनर्जाइज करना पड़ेगा. भस्त्रिका सीखना है नहीं सीखना है बोलो. Yes or no? But video has to be on. Even if one video is off, then I cannot teach it. Now, what's happening in your mind? You're thinking all these jokers whose video is off. Come on, switch on your video. Da 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 da. है ना? All these stories going on in your head. But actually, how can I teach Bhastrika if I can't even see you, if I don't know you're doing it correctly? Will you teach somebody like this? You tell me. How many of you teachers? Will you teach somebody like this? If you won't teach, then why should I teach? जाओ पहले उस आदमी का साइन लेके आओ जिसने मेरे हाथ पे ये लिख दिया था, है ना? क्या है? What's the problem? Why is the videos off? Tell me. So many videos are off. मूवी देखने आए तुम लोग यहाँ पे? ठीक है छोड़. So if since so many videos off, more than 50% videos off, so I'm not going to teach Bhastrika. Okay, next question. है ना feeling of regret आ रहा है ना अभी? अरे यार, be with that feeling. पकड़ के रखो उसको. Next.
Miseries are chasing me by nails and bounds. Please suggest the ways to be free from these.
गले लगा लो उसको यार. ऐ जिंदगी गले लगा ले. हमने भी तेरे हर एक गम को सीने से लगाया है. Embrace them, then they lose their power. They are becoming powerful because you are running away from them. They say चल साले इसको तो भगाता हूं मैं, या इसको तो भगाती हूं मैं. You don't know, that could be female also. Why should it only be, है ना? So just stop and say चल आजा, ऐ जिंदगी गले लगा ले. Then you see they just lose their power. खत्म, finished. हो गया ना? 1 hour enough, right? You have more questions?
We have quite a few questions left.
How quite a few questions. इतना question काय को लेके जा रहे हैं सब? No, enough. अच्छा पूछ.
Not forget very soon, which is not necessary for me. It will be repeating again and again. I also didn't get it actually.
हाँ, वो वृत्ति लेके घूम रहा है, फिर बोलेगा यार वापस. What you carry inside of you, only what you project, and that is what's happening in your life all the time. Get rid of the vritti, the life will change. Hello. It's an inside out process. Go watch the physics of pranayama. I'm telling you, man, I already explained it in there. It's an inside out process. Whatever is inside your subconscious, that is what you manifest around you. Same thing happens again, 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 again. Just the actors are different. Story वही है. पिक्चर का टाइटल बदला है, सॉन्ग बदला है, एक्टर बदला है, लेकिन स्टोरी वही है. सेम स्टोरी. फिर
Haven't attended previous sessions. How do I cover these topics?
just take the time and watch it. Finish. अच्छा, how
We
means?
have the recordings available
हाँ फिर
for
क्या?
all the knowledge series that we have done with sir. We have all the recordings available. We can share the details in the group
Yeah,
of
everything
how
is
you can get the recordings.
correct. Everything is available. I have already done the hard work for you, यार. You just have to not fall in the same holes that I have fallen into. उतना तो कर सकते हो ना? Find different holes to fall into. Don't fall into the same holes that I have fallen into. I'm sharing all my experience. So learn from it a little bit. Kunjum kunjum. हाँ? फिर
Does the efficacy of the three-stage pranayam depend on the speed of breathing, of how slow we take the breath?
ये वापस physics of pranayama question. जाके सुन ले. Talk. Enough. No more physics of pranayama questions will be answered. All of this I have already told in the talk, yaar. And I'm not playing hard or smart or like this. I'm exactly following what Guruji does. He says, this I have spoken in Sincere Seeker, volume 17. है ना? This I have spoken in Narad Bhakti Sutra. This I have spoken in Ashtavakra. मैं भी बोल रहा हूँ. This I have already spoken in Physics of Pranayama. I'm just following my Guru.
I've been practicing Sudarshan Kriya since 4 years, but sometimes I lose my temper and then my family tells me that my sadhana is not working.
ये होगा. ये होगा. I'll tell you why. Because, okay, 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. Huh? 4 plus 4 is 8. 9 plus 9 is 99. You will only remember the mistake I made. I got all of this other thing correct. This one thing you will remember. 9, oh, 9 plus 9, 99. Ha 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 ha. 1 plus 1, 2 पे हंसा नहीं तुम लोग. 2 plus 2, 4 पे हंसा नहीं तुम लोग. 3 plus 3, 6 पे हंसा नहीं तुम लोग. साले 9 plus 9 पे 99 पे हंस रहा है. एक गलती किया. उल्लू साले. Problem is on your side, not on my side. So don't worry. Lose your temper, doesn't matter. What will happen after you do Kriya is the temper will come and it will go away very fast. That change will happen. Forget your family. They are stuck on that 9 plus 9 equal to 99. They have not seen the 1 plus 1 and 2 plus 2 and 3 plus 3s. Sure, they ignore them. Just ignore those people.
What does it take to live a life led by love?
It takes love to lead a life led by love. There's no other way to do
What is love?
it. When everything you want to say, you can say in song, that is love. चांद सी महबूबा हो मेरी जब ऐसा मैंने सोचा था है ना जब अंदर से सॉन्ग आएगा then you know that you're in love. There is a song inside each one of us. We just have to find it. Till you find that song, you'll be miserable. Once you find the song, you'll be unstoppable. Guruji said this. I'm not making this up. This is Guruji's words. Love can only be expressed. The sign of love is अंदर से song आ रहा है. You might not be able to articulate it in the right rhythm and all this stuff, but that feeling of, the feeling of song which comes from inside, that is love. If that love is not there, वो अंदर से feeling of song आएगा ही नहीं. हो गया ना? Done?
Yeah, most of the other questions are about breathing and pranayams, which are there in the physics of pranayam talk. Yeah.
Correct. सबको भेज दे link. अभी भेज दे. Some admin can just send it on the group right now.
So one last question. What are the do's and don'ts to get regular in sadhana?
Regular or daily? My students are very regular. They do sadhana once every 7 days. तुमको regular चाहिए या daily चाहिए? Daily चाहिए. हाँ, you want to do daily. So make it a schedule. Put it on your schedule कि this time of the day I will do sadhana no matter what. That is the billiard balls you're filling into the jar. Your sadhana is the billiard balls. No matter what. Such and such time I will do sadhana. Then what happens? The body also gets used to it. At that time, that whole thing of sadhana will come and it becomes effortless. When you do it at erratic times in the day, there is no schedule. The body doesn't know and it's going to resist. Body and mind. It's going to resist. So have a fixed schedule. Every time this day, I mean every day this time you do sadhana. That's it. First thing. That's enough actually. And automatically it becomes daily. Otherwise, so no chance. We're done.
How are the chetan, achethan, avchethan, suchethan states connected?
By sutras. कुछ भी question. They are just progressive. In Patanjali, we have looked at it. Have you not seen? Who has done Patanjali deep dive with me? You have seen na, all the various the samadhis. I explained in excruciating detail what the various samadhis etc. are. Hey, yes or no? तो watch that Patanjali deep dive. आ जाएगा उसमें. Okay, so now what we can do is, who's the admin? Patanjali Yoga Sutra is also available. Everything is available. I've done all the hard work. Who's the admin? जिसका भी वीडियो ऑफ है उसको निकाल दे, वेटिंग रूम में डाल. Then I will teach Bhastrika. निकाल दे, निकाल. Just unceremoniously. Then I will teach Bhastrika. Quickly, quickly. We are already now in 1 hour हो गया है. I'll teach Bhastrika quickly. You just tell me when all the off videos, so give them 2 seconds or maybe 5 seconds. And all the off videos, put them in waiting room. ठीक है? And just confirm to me once it's done. And then don't admit anybody in. Once the waiting room is, then कोई भी आएगा उसको अंदर मत ले. Somebody is saying, admin, please on my video. I don't know what this. Okay, ठीक है, just figure it out. These admins are very tech savvy people. I'm useless. I don't know how to do this, any of this stuff. So quickly. Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi. One of my friends in my office, his name is Naz Halley. So he used to go to India for business work and he's a business developer. So one day he came to my office and he's a white guy, Naz. He came to my office and he says, Sandeep, जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. I said, what the heck? How do you know जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी? इंडिया में वो जाके वही सीखा, एक लाइन सीख के आया वो, जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. That's the only thing he can say. And then he can say, क्या? Paneer butter masala, something. What would he say? ऐसे कुछ तो, one dish. It was his favorite. चल निकल गया सब लोग, वीडियो ऑफ वाले, confirm to me. Then I'll teach Bhastrika.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to check. Okay, good. So now, for Bhastrika, you have to sit with your back straight. Okay. So if you're sitting on a chair, then you sit with the knees below the level of the seat. Let your knees fall below the level of the seat of your chair. Automatically your back becomes straight. If you're sitting in Vajrasana, this automatically happens. When your hip is above the level of your knee, your back becomes straight. See, now I explained Vajrasana also. Done. Okay. So now for Bhastrika, we start with the palms in a loose fist. How loose is the fist? It is not like a boxing. It's a tight fist nahi hai. You don't have to punch anybody. No. How loose is the fist? The tip of your fingers should gently touch the palm. You see, gently they have to touch the palm. This is how loose the fist is. And the thumb is on the outside. The thumb is on the outside. Not like this. Thumb is on the inside. Nahi. Thumb is on the outside. Okay. And you start with the palms in front of your shoulders. Not like this. Not like that. In front of your shoulders, as close to your shoulders. And the elbows are touching the body. ऐसे नहीं, not like this, not like a chicken. ऐसे. नहीं तो, this is not Bhastrika at all. No. Side of your body. Oh, Siri thinks that I'm. Stop it. Siri wants to answer the question. क्या है ना? ठीक है.
Sure, just ask.
There are 2 phones. Wow. Bye, Siri.
Goodbye.
Okay. Touch. So elbows touch the rib cage. Okay. And then when you breathe in, I'll just show you first. When you breathe in through the nose, normal breath. And as you breathe in, the arms go up and the palms open. So ऐसे straight up. And when the hands come down, the palms will close into the loose fist again. Like this. You see? And now, when the arms fall, so when you breathe in, it goes palms open. And then on the out breath, the arms will simply fall by gravity. You don't have to do anything. They will automatically fall by gravity and they will hit the side of your chest. And then the breath will be expelled out from there. Like this. You see, it's effortless. You saw my face. It's not becoming like this. This is not Bhastrika. This is drama. There's no such thing. Bhastrika is very effortless. Okay, let's do. Palms in a loose fist in front of the shoulders, elbows tucked in close to the body, neck is relaxed, and face forward. Keep the eyes open so you can see me, and then you repeat. Okay. Normal breath in, out, and begin. Up, down, up, down. Stop, stop. Got it? Effortlessly, the arms fall, and when it hits the side of your rib cage, the breath is expelled from your nose. That's it. That's Bhastrika. And you do it in moderate pace. You don't do it like express train. No. You do it in moderate pace. Like this. Got it? And then you sit. And if you have done the advanced meditation program, then you apply the locks. Got it? You do this for between 15 and 20 times. Up and down, then you rest. 15, 20 times up and down, then you rest. 15 to 20 times up and down, then you rest. And then you do the next thing, which is Om. Got it? Very simple. It's effortless. Have you seen Guruji doing Bhastrika? It is so effortless. Most people don't do Bhastrika effortlessly. And why do we do Bhastrika? Bhastrika is done because in the subtle body, even though you're breathing normally, there are pockets of prana that are not moving. You know. So like if you have a if you have a network, how many of you have now cooking gas coming to your house in a pipe, no longer cylinder, it's pipe, right? Okay. So that whole pipe network is full of natural gas, which is methane. But when that pipe is opened, when the network of pipes is opened for any maintenance purposes, then air goes into it. So there are pockets of that pipe that even if you keep flowing the natural gas, that air will never get dislodged from it because it's in a pocket, it's in a dead zone. So the way they dislodge the air is they pressurize and rapidly depressurize the entire system. So they pressurize, 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 like this. They do it like 5 times, and then those packets get dislodged. Same thing is happening in Bhastrika. You breathe in and this rapid exhalation on the level of the physical body is dislodging the stuck prana which is on the level of the subtle body. That's what's happening in Bhastrika. Okay. Also, when you do the bandhas, when you do the locks, what is happening is in the physical body, the alveoli structure in the lung sometimes gets kinked. Not sometimes, it usually gets kinked because those alveoli bend and then the pipe kinks and then it's not functional anymore. It becomes dead volume. So in science, in medical terms, they say it's the lost capacity of the lung. Okay. So when you do the bandhas, what's happening is you're taking the breath in and you're holding it and you're locking all the 3 locks. And that pressure, it unkinks. So let's say that pipe is kinked like this. That pressure that's coming from the lung will unkink that pipe, and then that alveoli becomes active. Which is why the bandhas are done after Bhastrika. Then the net usable volume of the lung becomes higher. And while you're doing the bandhas, the prana in the subtle body is getting assimilated. That's what's happening in the subtle body. But in the physical body, the unkinking of the network of pipes leading to the alveoli is happening. So the working volume of the lung goes up. Okay. So that's why we do Bhastrika. And there are other benefits also about brain going to gamma wave state and all this other, but don't worry about all that. But these are the two things which are essential for Bhastrika. Got it? Okay, good. Anything else? No? Done? Okay. So how was it for you? Was it worth it? मजा आया?
बहुत बहुत मजा.
ठीक है. If you don't want to share anything, then fine. It's done. We will send the links to all the stuff that I said. Hmm? So you can study on your own time, but do study because otherwise there is no progress.
I had a question
Yeah.
for myself, Nehal. It is also said that while we are expelling, the expel has to be very short and it should not be heard by others. Is it true?
No. Who said you? मेरे सामने लाओ उसको. नहीं, I'm not. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. It will always be audible, right? Oh, that.
Yeah, but they said that it should not be very long. It should be very short breathe out. Just एक करके छोड़ दिया ऐसे.
अरे वो
एकदम short में
when the arm will
मतलब end
when the arm will fall, it's going to be short only. खत्म. How much short can you make it? The compression of the lung has to happen. That is why the elbow and the upper arm has to hit the chest. Most people are doing it like this. They're not even hitting the chest. So then you're using your diaphragm to expel. That is not the right way of doing Bhastrika. It has to hit the rib cage.
Yeah, and one more thing I have heard that this raises the body temperature, and I do have a lot of body issues. So is it true? And what is the thing that we have to then follow to not raise the body temperature?
I think you should sit in a pool of ice water and do Bhastrika. No. No, थोड़ा बॉडी टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा तो क्या है उसके
Because
बाद
we are doing it daily. Because I have lots of body heat.
हाँ, then you do other things. You eat some tulsi seeds or whatever the heck you want to do. Go speak to a Ayurveda person. They will pacify your pitta or whatever they do.
Yeah.
दूसरा बात करो. Don't blame it on Bhastrika. यार मेरा body heat है
So
Bhastrika.
I was asking कि और कुछ प्राणायाम करना है क्या इसके साथ? मतलब
शीतली
apart from सेवाएं.
separately शीतली करो. शीतली is cooling. Separately करो
How
लेकिन
many?
don't mess it up with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sadhana
Yes,
practice.
yes. That-
Yeah, you can do शीतली. You can do many things that are cooling. ठीक है और कुछ?
I saw a poster on Spanda Karika. Are you doing it? Like, if you can give the details.
Yeah, it's happening on the 17th of March.
How many weeks? How many sessions?
14, I think. 14? I think it's 14 sessions. Starting on 17th of March. So you'll have to watch Guruji's video, do the disc, and then we'll do the discussion. So the registrations are open. So we can send it also on the thing, on the WhatsApp group. Spanda Karika, yes. It could be heavy, okay, because Mia ki daud masjid tak. I can only talk physics. So I'm giving you Chetamani, warning. It could be very heavy, but I'll explain how it all works. 17th of March, right? I think so, yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
please do
17th of
it in English. Yeah, please do it in English.
English, yes, ठीक है. जितना हो सका उतना मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. मेरा हिंदी not very good, तो problem is on my side. Okay, फिर और कुछ? Don't worry, if the English becomes very heavy, you can ask me in Hindi, I will explain. On the session, we can do all this. Anything else? Done? ठीक है.
while breathe out forcefully हमें breathe out करना है भस्त्रिका में.
हो ही जाएगा ना. When your arm will hit the rib cage, it will automatically force your breath out. तो automatically हो ही
Okay. Okay.
फिर एनी लास्ट थॉट्स? कैसे लगा सेशन? अच्छा था, मजा आया?
Yes, it was informative.
ठीक है.
And one question I had, I'm not sure whether you can cover it. It is said that in the three stage of hands position, you have to lightly touch the points and not press it. So this was one of the tips which was given in AMP, but I never understood why it is so.
फिजिक्स ऑफ प्राणायाम, वॉच इट.
Okay,
उसमें सब एक्सप्लेन किया है. ठीक है.
okay.
ओके, ठीक है पीपल. शबा खैर. जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव भैया.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव.
Jai Gurudev.
The recording is going to be available.
Thank you so much.
बी विद द क्वेश्चन. अनसर्टेनिटी पे बैठे रहो तुम. ठीक है, रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए. पता नहीं, शायद डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ आई फील टुमारो मे बी विल मेक इट अवेलेबल. आई डोंट नो, आई कैन नॉट से. ठीक है, डन. एनीथिंग एल्स? निकलो अभी. इन द ओल्ड डेज व्हेन देयर वाज फिजिकल सेंटर, आई विल टू वेट फॉर एवरीबॉडी टू लीव एंड देन आई विल लॉक द सेंटर. अभी इसमें भी, जूम में भी वही है. निकल निकल निकल, चल.
Thank you. Bye then.
बाय बाय.
Bye.
ओके, चलो बाय.